Hello and welcome to the best mods for Xbox PC, where we will be looking at some of the best mods to check out each and every single day, or at least that's the aim. There'll be something here for everyone, definitely worth checking out. Use the chapters where you need them. If you do get anything out of this, consider liking, subscribing. It goes a really long way. Appreciate your time. Let's get into it. Well, it's only been a couple days since we got the vehicles in Starfield, and we've already got kind of a Warthog mod. This fantastic edition is called the M12B FAV or FAV, a Warthog. This is added to your ship technician, so once you purchase the vehicle, you'll be able to grab this sucker. Do note, currently this is only on PC, but I'm sure all the vehicle mods will be coming shortly to the creations. Just give it some time. This fantastic edition is done by Not Suicide, and for a reskin, it's looking pretty damn mean. Now, what I've noticed is it has a little bit more of a lift kit. It sits a bit higher. Obviously, some of the details have changed, but it's a bit of a reskin. But the more noticeable part is all the little details that have been added inside the driver's seat and inside the vehicle. Looks heaps better. Actually has the steering wheel. Now, obviously, the characters won't be using the steering wheel, and the animations and all that are all going to be wonky with all the different vehicles that are coming. But who really cares about that for now? Maybe over time they will get added. But just on looks alone, this thing is unreal. We've already got Warthogs in Starfield. It blows my brain. These modders were waiting, ready to pounce. Now, when it comes to using the vehicle, it does feel rather different, and to be honest, it looks awesome, but I found it a little bit more clunky and a bit harder to sort of use right now compared to the RV. So just something to bear in mind. Now, it might not be noticeable to you, but just a few things I noticed. However, it actually performs all the same. So you'll be able to run over creatures, you'll be able to fire, shoot, and however, I probably need a bit more testing. So let me know how you go with it if you notice anything different. I think maybe because the lift kit, it's a little bit, sort of feels a little bit different. Maybe it just takes some time to get used to. However, it is still so freaking unreal. Now, what would be cool is if we get that minigun on the back. Now, obviously, that's going to be probably a way off, but maybe it will come. But it just looks so freaking cool. Now, imagine having weapons like a minigun on this, as well as enemies around in vehicles. It's going to be pretty damn unreal, I think, going forward. The next awesome vehicle that we're going to check out is called the Old Earth GP, or General Purpose Vehicle, where you can see a lot of resemblance to certain vehicles. So looking very much kind of like a Jeep. It's even got the mad roll cage. This thing is ready to go. This is looking somewhat familiar. It kind of looks like the Jeep SJ6. Got the lift kit, it's got the side step, it looks fantastic. Got the winch as well. This thing is ready to go. A little bit of a bull bar, jerry cans, water. Oh man, this is too cool. And this amazing vehicle is done by Sato. So actually both vehicles, I think they're both done by Sato. Now keep in mind, with all these vehicles, you don't really want to be using them in first person. They're all going to look funny, so don't worry about that. First person view with the vehicles in general, even with the rev, is a bit frustrating, so I wouldn't really worry about it. So this is just what it looks like. So how does this vehicle feel? Well, it feels very similar. It feels quite stable, and yeah, pretty much the same as the Warthog. So I kind of take back what I said about the Warthog. It's all feeling very, very similar. Now, having a bit of extra height, it doesn't seem to add any extra sort of tilting or sort of tilting to one side when you turn sharply. So it's sticking very nice to the ground. So sort of no changes in the overall stats or configurations of the vehicles, which is really nice. Performs perfect, and it just looks amazing. So it's a really nice option here to change it up. Now you can have all these different vehicles in your list, so you'll be able to switch between them. And I'll show you that just in a second, but keep in mind you will be able to do and perform all the same functions with all these different vehicles. So with all these different vehicle mods, I'll just show you what it looks like when you go talk to a technician. Here you'd have the different choices, so you'd be able to switch between it, and then you'll just set it as active. Do note, some of the vehicles do allow you to customize it a little bit. However, I'm glad it doesn't really let you change the color of the two, but maybe some people would want that, not sure. And same again for the Jeep, we're just able to change color 1 and 3. The next awesome vehicle we have, again, which is by Sato, is the Crimson Fleet's 80 Gangbang. And man, oh man, how neat is this? This is a faction Pacific car, edging us ever closer to the possibility of having, different factions owning different vehicles. This thing looks incredible. Now, when I tried to enter it the first time, it really did bug out, so be warned, it's sort of still working out the kinks, but doesn't it just look sensational? And again, keep in mind that this will not be in the creation just yet, but this is an example of what I mean. It's a little bit squirrely still. The mod is getting updated quite frequently at the moment as this sort of gets worked out. So just a full warning, I wouldn't download this one just yet, but you know, give it a few days, a week, or however long it takes, it'll be good to go. So just keep your eyes on this, because yeah, it does get pretty much undrivable at this point. But that just gives you an idea. It looks so cool, and so keen to see where that goes as well. Now, this next mod is really nice because this one is on creation, accessible right now for Xbox, PC, and this builds onto the Rev, expanding its functionality, but also giving you a completely separate Rev 8. So this is the stock one, and this is the one you'll get. As far as I can tell, there is absolutely no different in the looks. This one is purely just adding functionality, which we'll go through. So keep in mind, you will be able to also change the color however you would like it, and you would just set it to active when you're good. I know a lot of people are going to enjoy this one because this actually gives you storage on your vehicle. So this is a really nice touch. So when you go up to the vehicle, you'd be able to go vehicle cargo. Here we'll be able to store up to 200 kilos of mass. However, we have a mod that I think that can increase this further and allow us to tweak some of the other statistics. We'll come to that soon. However, do note this particular mod, which is called Baka Rev 8 Hauler, will balance out the additional weight from storage, reducing the armor from 25% to 10%. So just to compensate for that. Now, where this mod gets really spicy is where we go and we store some stuff in here. Let's just store some spacesuits. Then we're going to jump into our ship. Now, this mechanic is going to be for your outpost as well as your ship. So once you're on your ship or your outpost, you can go into your decorator and you'll need to go into your storage, find the Rev 8 Hauler Cargo. It would just be in your same category as your normal storage box. But with this, we can go up to it, hit E, and bing, bada, boom, we can access the storage from our vehicle, now from our ship and outpost. How unreal is this? So you could build this at your outpost and on your ship at the same time, and then just forever be able to access your inventory on your ship. I mean, how brilliant is that? That is so freaking awesome. So I expect to see this kind of functionality probably more frequent going forward, as it's just such a good way of doing it. And this amazing mod, the Baka Rev 8 Hauler, is done by Shadow Shady, I believe. And it is such a good addition. And this is a good one for people that just want to not stray away from the OG Starfield and don't want any sort of custom vehicles, or you just want that crazy cool functionality. Do keep in mind that it's only this specific Rev 8 that comes with the mod that's going to be impacted with that inventory. It is not shared across other vehicles. And also just noting, all the same functionality and responsiveness boost, everything is going to be as expected. Vehicle is pretty much a copy paste of the Rev 8. But fantastic to have that combined cargo. It's going to make hauling and mining so much more easier. Fantastic mod. One quick note, I have noticed that the original Rev 8 has also gone a bit funny from probably some kind of combination of these mods. So do keep in mind there may be some teething issues just in your general experience with any of these mods, but you know, just give it time. It's still early days. Okay, so what I noticed when the vehicles go all funny and start floating around, just go into space or reload the game. That will fix it. We'll just test to see if it fixes a Crimson. Okay, so reloading in also fixed it for the Crimson. So ignore what I said about the Crimson not working too well. It seems to be fine. It's just a general issue you're going to potentially come across. Your vehicle turns all floaty and just goes all weird, just reload. So just quickly testing out the Crimson. It is performing as expected. So freaking wild to see. It looks so tough and mean. So just a quick test of it. It is very nice and it feels very much similar to the others. So don't expect anything crazily broken with this at all. It's working just as expected. So fantastic to see it. Keep in mind of that issue. I'm sure it'll be fixed over time, but just something to note. Fantastic job. Let's move on to the next mod. We've looked at some really cool looking new visual changes to the vehicles. How about actually changing some of the stats? Well, we have Shade's vehicle tuner, which is going to scale up the weapon's damage either to our level, or by going into your menu, we can go settings, gameplay options, where we can change the vehicle weapon scaling to our heart's desire all the way up to 20 times. And not only that, we have the fantastic ability to change the vehicle's cargo storage. And the crazy thing is, this mod will add the storage to basically all vehicles. Whoa, 50 times damage is crazy fun. It's like a one-shot cannon. Let's go test it out a little bit more and see what we can stalk and take down. Of course, when we want them, there is no creatures around. Let's just go find some. Yeah, we've got a dinosaur over there. Let's take it down. Let's have a shot. Oh, okay. That does so much more. Well, that was impressive considering that in one of the videos previously, it took, I don't know, so many different shots. This 50% damage is exactly what you'd want. Maybe not exactly, but it's going to be perfect for going on those higher level planets, taking out some pretty crazy creatures. And it seems much more reasonable. I mean, these are still quite low level creatures, so they're not anything crash hot. If we went to a higher level, which we'll go do in a second, we'll be able to see how balanced it is. Now, when it comes to the storage, we can go up to any of the vehicles. Any of those modded vehicles we covered, we can go into cargo now. They'll all have cargo. How insane is that? So instead of a high level creature, how about we try fire the gun at a high level spacer? Not a captain, but still quite high level. We'll just get a clean shot. So 94, and the only problem I've noticed with this gun is because the satellite dish is there, you probably need to change your camera angle to mine rocks and stuff, or to fire at objects, because it is quite hard to see. But let's fire. So woof, nearly takes half the health. So 2 shots for a 94 for a 50% increase on your weapon damage. So it's pretty impressive. I really like this mod. Keen to see infinite boost, which may take a little while because apparently that kind of stuff is hard coded to the vehicle, so we're not sure how long that's going to take to figure out. And that fantastic mod is Shade's Vehicle Tuner by Shadedness. The last vehicle we're covering today is the only one that replaces the Rev 8. So what we would do is we would select the Rev 8. Again, this one is not on Xbox yet, so just hang tight for that. But this neat little mod gives us the NASA Rover that we see all over the shop, or we see within Starfield. And again, we've got that problem, so we'll just quickly reload. Click Replacer, the NASA Lunar Rover. This is done by Bud. There's only one real place to go test this buggy out, and that is on Earth's moon, the NASA landing site. So quite a bit of effort went into getting this vehicle sort of working and looking right. The mod creator had to sort of do some of the changes to the geometry to get a sort of a decent level of cohesion between the different textures and mod and spacing of all the different wheel suspension, lights, etc. So like it's done really nicely, and it also fires, and similar to the other vehicle with this fires out of the dish. But with this one, we have a lot of visibility because we have no enclosure. But here we are on the moon, and it feels so much fun to drive, particularly on Earth's moon. But do keep in mind, this will replace your Rev 8. But again, if you get the other mod that is available on creation, the Baka Rev 8 hauler, you'll be able to have this buggy and you'll be able to have the Rev 8. So you get the best of both worlds. But a really nice job. I really like this vehicle. I like the visibility on this too, and the simplicity. It's some old tech, but it's doing the job perfectly, and it feels good. Feels just as good as all the other vehicles. So very impressive work there. Now you've seen it a million times, but just to go over it a little closer, just so you can have an idea of what it looks like. But I'm pretty sure this is exactly the same sort of buggy we see parked in many places in Starfield. But there you have it. We have so many new vehicles. It's only the first few days, so really cool to see all these. They've been lots of fun. All of them driving really nicely, including the Warthog. Fantastic mods. So let's keep our eye out. Sure, we got more to come. Oh boy, we have a Star Wars vehicle by Radical Clown Friends. This is the X39 Landspeeder. What is going on? We have a speeder Star Wars vehicle already. Crazy cool. It looks phenomenal. Now what's really neat about this is that it's actually been aligned, like the weapon's been aligned, so it looks really nice and smooth. Not only that, but you can boost. So what's really special about this is that you got your vertical thrust coming out of the 2 on the side, and then for our propulsion we have the big one at the back. So it's just phenomenally awesome. Well done. Now the cool thing about this is that this is on creations, so Xbox players, you'll be able to grab this straight away. Now the first burning question you're all going to have is it truly a hover vehicle? No, you will still sort of perform and go over everything like you would as if you had tires. At least that's what my impression is. Feels pretty much like the vehicle, but it feels pretty much like the vehicle, perhaps slightly different. Now, I'm not sure if it feels different or looks different, if it's just because of the visual change, because that could definitely be it. But it does actually feel a little bit different. Like it feels like the turning's not as sharp. So it feels a little bit edited, but I don't know if it is because apparently it's quite hard to actually change the vehicle stats. So you'll have to give it a try and let me know, but isn't this wild? It looks so good. Now, one thing we're going to have to test, which is going to be interesting, is that we mentioned before that the vehicle animations where you'd have the crew member or your companion holding on to the bar on the side of the rev. Well, apparently Radical Clown Friend has actually gone and made a custom animation. So we've already got an animation that's going to get rid of it. So we'll just get this guy to follow us. We're a technician. We'll head over here. Yep, okay, so he's in. Oh, it stopped. Yeah, okay. So he looks like he's fixed the grabbing of the sidebar. That's so crazy. Look how much the people move in it as well. Never really noticed that, how much they move. Pretty cool. Fantastic mod. Now do note, the mod has a few things it's mentioned that it's going to be adding the droid that you see in the pictures on creation, and I believe you'll be able to get Chewbacca as well, or Chewbacca's already up there, I can't remember. But basically you'll be able to emulate exactly what's in that picture in the near future, so just hang on tight and that will be coming. Probably cover it when it's all together. Radical Clown Friend, he says he's working on an overhaul, a Star Wars overhaul pack, so that's going to be pretty awesome to check out. But for now, we've got this incredible X34, and it's just lovely to crazy to see that we have so many vehicles already. We're going to have so many more to come. It's really going to heat up, and it's just going to be fantastic to watch this all transpire. If you do enjoy these Starfield mods and you got anything out of this, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon with the more mods. I do need to apologize. I mistakenly recorded the Starfield game audio in the same channel as the mic, so sorry about that. Didn't catch it till I got into editing, which is super frustrating. Don't have the time to re-record it all. I'm sure I'll get bombarded with potential comments on it being very choppy this time, because the game audio is connected to the cuts, which is also connected to the mic, making it very difficult to edit this without having it extremely choppy. But you're kind of used to that anyway. But I just wanted to let you know, sorry about that. I've got it sorted for next time. Thank you very much for watching. If you get anything out of this, consider liking, subscribing, commenting. Let me know what you think about some of these mods. You can let me know what mods you'd like me to cover, or if there's anything on your mind, just drop it in the comment. Thanks again, and peace.